Let's learn how to sandcast together. Really, though, we're learning together because I have no idea what I'm doing, and this is how I learn how to do things. You're probably thinking to yourself, oh, just watch a YouTube video or go watch a short. Yeah, I do that. It doesn't click. I don't work like that. For me to fully understand the concept of just about anything, I have to physically do it myself. I'm special, okay? Thank you. Now moving on. We're chopping up the sand. Sandcasting sand is very wet and sticky, and the idea of it is you want it unclumped and as fine as you could possibly make it. It's a pretty time-consuming process, and if you don't have patience, you're probably not going to like this. For me, it's not my favorite thing to do because I do not have patience and I don't like the mess of it. It also takes skill and talent to learn, but it's something that can advance a lot when it comes to metalsmithing. So once all your sand's chopped up, you are going to pack the sand into your male mold that you should have. Mold, die, I'm not exactly sure what that actually is, but yeah. Like I said before, you're learning with me. It's kind of like a sandcasting for dummies, except I'm the dummy. This video was originally 30 minutes long, and I shortened it drastically just so you guys wouldn't have to hear me talk through it, because I honestly don't know how to talk. And that's why I normally only make 1-minute videos. Now, I could put music on it, but copyrights are a thing, and I don't really know how to do the uncopyrighted part of that, and so we're here, and I'm just talking, and I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. Okay, moving on, we got a different step. We're putting some cornstarch all over that to make sure it doesn't stick. This is pretty essential, and it's something you gotta do. The main reason I got the sandcasting kit is because I wanted to get better impressions in some of my dyes that are extremely deep. That little blue thing that you just saw was a piece of wax that I melted into a dye that I already had. So once I pressed the actual pattern into the sand, I put the female dye on the top. It just pops on top. I'm just special, like I said before. And then you're going to pack that up with sand. Once you get that top on, though, you'll figure it out sooner or later. You're packing it in the same way that you did before. And now I'm going to speed this up. Alright, so you got everything packed down, all that good stuff. You're going to throw your extra sand to the side, and you are going to open it up very nicely. Now, if you did everything correctly, you should have a nice little mold, and then you are going to take a sharp something to get your thing out of there the best you can without breaking everything else. See those little cracks up there? So those I am going to take away with the little razor the best I can without breaking everything else, and that is where all the metal is going to flow into. It's okay if you mess up, but if you mess up, you might have to start all over, and that is a problem. Like I said before, you need to have patience to do this. So now you want to put your vents in. Not exactly sure why this is used. I'd never really looked it up and didn't really care to do so. But I saw other people do this, and I think it's essential to do so it doesn't blow up or something. I don't know. Something happens if you don't do it. Maybe it flows better, probably. Maybe. I don't know. But put your vents in, I guess. Anything I say in this video, I wouldn't be taking too seriously, because like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. We're learning. So I am now marking off the other side so I can make the hole bigger so that hopefully the metal will flow nicely into the piece. And then I'm just taking that cheap little paintbrush all over and just wiping off all the excess sand as much as I possibly can. It's a mess, and some of you don't know, but I'm pretty OCD. And then you put it back together. That's what it should look like. Now you're going to go and grab whatever mystery metal you want to put in it, but you got to stick with that metal when it comes to the crucible. But that's my sterling. We're going to use that. Then I got my MAP gas out. I thought about getting my oxygen and propane out, but that just sounded like too much work. I already felt like I was doing so much work with this. This is a Craig Dabbler set. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Maybe not. He's got a bunch of different kits, and he's got a Facebook group and all this other stuff that you could join and learn all about it. He's also on here. He's got a bunch of videos, but like I said, I can't learn off those, so yeah. His website is DIYcastings.com. I shall link it down below, though, so you can find it easier. He has quite a few kits to pick from. This is the one I chose. It's the most expensive one, I think. But in my eyes, it was more safe and more accurate and like easier to learn off of, so that's why I went with this one. Alright, so now on to the fun part, the pouring of the hot metal. You're going to do it quickly and not hesitate like me, because when you do that, you just ruined your crucible. Don't be like me. Again, don't be like me. I'm not wearing gloves. You should wear gloves though. Gloves are cool so you don't burn your hand. OSHA would not approve of this whatsoever. All I did was just did a little unscrew, and I'm gonna plop that right on there, and we're gonna see how good of a casting this is. What you guys are witnessing is my second ever sand casting, so I think I still have beginner's luck. Again, you should be wearing gloves and using longer tools. My hands are kind of desensitized by everything when it comes to heat and whatnot, though. So I got that out with my little spoon, just hit everything with it. How fun. I'm going to get the dirty sand and sterling out of there because we can't reuse that. And we're also going to get the cornstarch part out because you can't reuse that either. It's garbage. Once you mess up or anything, you're done. You got to start all over. Luckily, the sand isn't that expensive, but you're just going to do your best and get the burntness out and just try to save the rest. And now I'm going to fast forward. So here is the piece all casted and ready to go on for the next. Here's the giant mess I got going on. The piece had a little excess sterling on it, so I chopped that off. And the shear is my favorite thing to do because it's so easy and I don't have patience, we all know. This is the die I actually made the mold out of, and as you can see, it's super deep, and I'm just gonna press it once, and it's done! Now, if I were to do this by itself, on trying to just press it normally, it would take me all day. The one on the left is the first one I ever did, and the right one is the one we just did. And then here is the final results. It's just like this big old chunk of sterling that looks like a duck. It's technically a motif. I really enjoy it though because it reminds me of the angry duck hood ornament from Convoy or Death Proof, whatever you prefer. But yeah, there's the piece. If you're trying to get into sandcasting, I recommend not watching my video and learning off me and actually going to try finding someone that's professional. But thanks for watching, and I hope I wasn't too boring. Have a good day.